reports he's staying in New Orleans. The Lakers' final offer reportedly consisted of Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram, Kyle Kuzma, and other assets. But Woj reported the Pelicans didn't even respond to that offer. AD is scheduled to become a free agent at the end of next season. All right, Shannon.
Yes.
How will this play out with AD?
Girl, how you like that quick change? I should have been like
Very
an entertainer, like on stage, because I can get in the outfits like quick.
Are you out of breath?
Oh,
or?
I thought that was the other guy.
Another
guy?
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was Unc. I mean, there's Unc and there's Shannon. There are two people.
Yeah, no, quick change. You know what, Skip? For me, I don't believe this is a lock anymore, because I believe the way it's shaping up to me, where it looks to me, I don't know if it looks this way to you, is that I believe Dale Demps might take a worse deal in order to keep AD from going to the Lakers next offseason. I mean, this offseason. Because it didn't seem to me that he was trying to do this. He's like, AD, okay, you want out? You going to torpedo us and you and Rich going to release this information?
Yep.
Nah. I take Magic call out of courtesy because that is Magic Johnson, but I am not. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a poison pill. I'm going to make it so intolerable, so unrealistic. 4 first rounders, 4 second rounders, and 4 of your top young guys. Knowing Magic is not going to do that deal, Skip Bayless. So, okay, so what are we talking about? Okay, Magic, you know my asking price. Are you willing to do it or not? Because anything less, I'm not even returning your calls. So I don't believe he negotiated in the spirit of the rule, of how you should, of the protocol and what you should do. So I think it seems to me that he's going to be willing to take a worse deal in order to keep Anthony Davis from immediately going. Because if they do this, if they do it, Skip, if they do this offseason, why didn't you do it at the trade deadline if the same pieces are in play? You've done nothing. All you did is what? And it was reported, Brian Windhorst is like they were trying to sabotage the Lakers. Kept leaking information about what Magic is offering, not in good spirit, trying to negotiate. So for me, Skip, I think, and the Celtics are going to get involved in this. I don't believe Kyle Reed's going to re-sign. I think it's probably a greater chance that he leaves than he does re-sign. Everybody's going to be involved. The Knicks are going to try to get involved. But I think it's less likely now that he ends up with the Lakers than had it done at the trade deadline, because obviously he'd end up at the Lakers. But I think Dale Demps is going to be willing to take a worse deal than what he could have gotten from the Lakers in order to keep AD from immediately going to the Lakers.
So, to your point about Brian Windhorst, my friend from ESPN, and his theory of sabotage, I don't know if sabotage is exactly the right word. Did Dale Demps string along Magic Johnson? Did he mislead him? Did he play bait and switch with him just to get even with LeBron for tampering, for trying to strong-arm him and sort of, use his clout to flex and get AD to L.A. at the trade deadline? Maybe. I'm going to say it again. The Bible says pride goeth before the fall, and pride is going before the fall of Dale Demps. And I don't know if he's even going to last in his job, but he will live to regret that nothing happened yesterday. That will be by far the best offer that will ever be on his table for Anthony Davis.
Right.
And listen, I would have come in today if it had been the kind of deal that was reported. Right. If it had been, and remember, your man Zubats is now a Clipper, but he was included in this package. Yeah. If it had been Lonzo and Kuzma and Brandon Ingram and Zubats, and let's do two firsts. Okay, he would have won the trade to me. That's more valuable to me than Anthony Davis. That's just me, because I like these kids. I think they all have star quality, and Kuzma showed me a lot last night once again, but they've all in spurts shown me a lot. Brandon Ingram showed me a lot that he had the guts just to say, I'm going to drive this basketball, try to win this game.
He did hit a big three. LeBron passed it to him in the corner. He hit a big three.
I got it. They've all shown me enough that they're all going to turn into really good, if not very good, basketball players in this league. Now, for full disclosure, the reason I was rooting for this deal to get done, the reason I had such wishful thinking was that, A, I believe in LeBron's clout, and I'm shocked he couldn't make this happen some way, shape, or form, that he didn't manage through back channels to pull this thing off. The sticking point was Dale Demps. Right. I don't know if it's Gail Benson. I don't know, but somehow somebody roadblocked LeBron from getting.
Dale dug in.
I guess he just dug in. I'm here to say that I've never been the biggest Anthony Davis fan, as you know. I do think Anthony would be better with LeBron because he idolizes LeBron, that he would be the perfect co-star to LeBron. He would play second fiddle to LeBron without complaint. So I think they would have been a good duo together, a good fit together. But to me, because I don't believe Anthony Davis can do it by himself. I don't think he's an alpha. I don't think he's the guy who makes everybody better around him. No. Witness what's not happened in New Orleans.
Right.
Because of all that, I'm here to tell you, heart of hearts, I believe the Lakers are right now a little bit better with what they have. Just a little bit better, because if you gutted your basketball team to get Anthony at the trade deadline, I don't know if you could make the run through the rest of this year that this team is going to be capable of making.
Are you going to tell me they're going to play like, are you going to tell me Kuzma and Ingram are going to play the rest of the year like they played last night? Skip, I'm not saying they're going to shoot the basketball from three like that. Are they going to give me that effort on a nightly basis?
I'm just saying I would like the potential of this team better than a gutted team with just a few veterans, and I don't know what they could have thrown in at the in the minimums, the veteran minimums, but it would be not a very deep basketball team. It would be a two-star team, basically, with mixing and matching some of these other veterans around them. I just think that the spirit of this team, the overall ability of this team will be better. Now, Lonzo's supposed to be back in later February, but again, he's a valuable piece. He's a valuable cog to this, even though we saw him play off LeBron pretty well, right?
Here's the thing. Remember last time, Rondo was playing unbelievable. Okay. He got hurt. Okay, Rondo...
They seem to have gotten hurt right on time, right? They
one get hurt and the other comes back, the other gets hurt. You're right.
It's your turn to be hurt. No, it's my turn to be hurt.
But let me ask you this, Skip. Rondo doesn't get hurt again. Do they reinsert Lonzo into the starting
I'm just saying, just in the rotation, Lonzo's a 6'7" defender. If nothing else, you can use him for 20 minutes to defend somebody. He can bother somebody.
He might be a 6'7" defender, first guy off the bench.
All right, okay. But you could be right. But I'm just saying, he's going to come back, and you're going to have that. We're going to talk about him later. I don't know where his head is going to be after this. I'm not even sure where Brandon Ingram is going to be. But if the smoke clears, I like the... You know what? Sometimes you've seen this, you've been on teams where you got fire tested. Remember the Romanowski, I'm not talking about Tony Romo. The Romanowski, the racial incident, or the spitting incident.
I absolutely remember.
Stokes?
Yes.
Was that not a flashpoint for that Denver Broncos team?
Absolutely.
Okay, so it almost split your team apart.
Yes.
You had to take control. The leaders had to take control. They had to hold Romo's fit. I keep on Romo. It sounds like Tony, but it's Romanowski.
That's what we call it, Romo.
I know. Because that's what I call him, because I covered him a bunch too.
Yeah.
And he was something, man.
Yes.
He could play, but he was a ball of wax. Man.
Actually, I just saw him over the weekend in the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Skip, let me ask you this.
So the point is, you can go through a fire test, and then you come out of it
and you
unified.
Look back and says, okay.
Oh, that was the moment, right? So maybe all of this chaos, all of these, the crowd chanting, LeBron's going to trade you, like
not worth trading.
Not worth trading. Okay, maybe that all could help bring this team together if the kids will buy back in. I don't know if they will.
Right. Let me ask you this, Skip. Do you honestly believe in your heart of hearts that Dale Demps ever really considered trading Anthony Davis to the Lakers?
I just don't know. I have no way of knowing that.
I don't.
Well, if he took phone calls, clearly he was either just jacking with them, just trying to string them along, just to mess with their minds and sort of keep, it obviously prevented Magic or Pelinka or both from pursuing a different deal. Would they, I threw out like a Blake Griffin, I don't know, somebody else. Would they have tried to make a run at another?
Because here's the thing, they make a deal and they go in a different direction. Dale Demps is like, we thought we had a deal on the table. He's going to leak some bull jive like that with knowing. Skip, I don't believe that Dale Demps ever considered really trading Anthony Davis to the Lakers. Because Anthony Davis let it be known, he and his representative Rich Paul, let it be known that Anthony was not going to re-sign long-term with the Pelicans. And his first choice, if you're going to trade me, would be to the Lakers. They have some nice young pieces. Now, everybody else that they mentioned, Skip, they don't have the pieces currently to trade for Anthony Davis. They knew that. What are they going to trade? You going to trade Giannis? Oh, I'm sure the Pelicans would. I'm sure the Milwaukee do that.
No,
Milwaukee, like, we're not trading you Giannis. Well, no. So Knicks, they don't have the pieces. No one else has the pieces. He let it be known he didn't want to go to Boston. He's not going to sign long term. The Pelicans have 4 more games, Skip, before the All-Star game, and then they'll have 23 games. Anthony Davis has 23 games left in New Orleans. Dale Demps, you've held him as long as you possibly can. You fought.
I mean, he's obviously under contract for 1 more year.
Right. But here's the thing, Skip. I don't know if I don't know if you've ever gone deep sea fishing. But sometimes, Skip, when you go deep sea fishing and you get a black marlin or a big old blue marlin on the line, Skip, what they do is that they back the boat down. And sometimes you have to fight him an hour, 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. At some point in time, Skip, you know what they do? They get so tired of fighting, they cut the line. They let him go. Okay, Dale Demps, you fought this.
By the way, I went one time deep sea fishing,
You got sick?
and I immediately lost my breakfast. And I said, I'm never doing this again.
Not for you?
Never doing it again.
I
just don't do well with that.
I lost my dinner. I lost everything also, Skip.
Yep.
Dale, you fought this for 3 weeks. And you're going to fight it for the rest of the year.
And maybe for the rest of his career.
But
Maybe.
But guess what? You have to cut the line. You have to let him go.
Yeah. Well, he is. So the point is, what if this team makes a run? Will it seem less valuable to you to give up a bunch of this team in the summer for as trade, or are you just going to wait it out?
Skip, I don't care. Yeah, you can make a run, but Anthony Davis is a generational talent. He's too good. And what you know, Skip, is that you need at least 2 superstars and maybe a third guy that's not a superstar, but that's a star and maybe a budgeting.
Okay. So the GM, Rob Pelinka, last night after the game made a very interesting statement. And I know I go on my radar and how things hit my radar immediately. I go with my knee-jerk gut feeling.
Okay.
And when I heard this quote for the first time that Rob Pelinka said, I wouldn't want to play us in any 7-game matchup. And again, he's full of himself, euphoria after what just happened.
Sure.
But when I heard that quote, it rang true to me. Because I do think this team would be scary, starting with LeBron and all the other pieces, old and new pieces. There's a lot of firepower on this team. And by the way, they added a Reggie Bullock, who is a 40% catch and shoot 3-point shooter.
They got some shooters.
Okay.
They signed Muscala.
And Muscala. He is another 37% career 3-point shooter. So they had 3 bigs, and I love Big Zoo, and you did too. But he can't shoot threes.
No.
And Tyson Chandler can't shoot threes, and JaVale can't shoot threes. So now you have a pick and roll, pick and pop, 3-point big, right? He's 6'11".
Right.
Okay? You don't think LeBron will enjoy that in stretches?
Of course.
Okay?
Of
There
course.
we go.
Yeah.
Well, those are 2 little big pieces that you added at the deadline. Well, all of a sudden, I think it's a pretty good team. And again, I was going to be amused if you got Anthony Davis, because then you'd have no excuse. And I'd say, okay, I'm going to hold your feet to the fire, LeBron. Let's see what you can do with Anthony.
No,
Well, I'm going to hold his feet to the fire in this because I still think it's a little better team than he would have. I'm talking about the team than if you gutted this team and just had Anthony through the rest of the year. Okay? Just watch.
Okay.
Just watch.
How things can change so quickly in a matter of a couple days. They lost by 42, and then they had this performance last night. It's a different team. All right, next up.